All right, good afternoon. This is Omari Head, founder of the National Institute of Lodging Education, one third of Next Gen in Lodging. And today, we're going to be doing a really interesting recap of a hotel conference that we just attended. And the approach here is this is going to be considered mine, hers, ours, little glimpse into our crystal ball of what Black hotel ownership is looking like and becoming and the future of it. So, of course, joined with another one third of Next Gen Lodging, Miss Davonne Reaves. Good
Hello, everyone.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Davonne Reaves. Like Omari said, I am one third of Next Gen and Lodging, co-hosted and powered by Hotel News Now and CoStar. And our other one third, he's not here with us today, but it's Christopher Henry. And today, like always, we're going to talk about hotel ownership. Both Omari and I, we actually just got back from NABHOOD, which stands for the National Association of Black Hotel Owners, Operators, and Developers. And they have their annual conference every year in Miami. I was invited to host a roundtable at Wyndham's. They more had to like a pre-event before the conference, and I was invited to host a roundtable for their BOLD program. BOLD is the it stands for Black Owners, Lodging and Developers, and Wyndham's initiative to increase the percentage of Black hotel owners. And then I was invited to attend the Women's Committee, the NABHOOD Women's Committee, to speak with some phenomenal women, and then attend some VIP or excuse me, sponsor sessions with Choice. So just a great event. Was just in the lobby meeting so many different people, so many different brands, and just connecting with folks who follow both Omari and I and support us, and just to see how we helped and we encouraged to get. I think actually somebody told us both, Omari, how looking at the folks that came along and they found out about NABHOOD through us, and how we helped start changing the conversation, and which was years ago, which we talked about. I don't think you and I thought it was going to end up like this. Like, I didn't know, but once we put it in the atmosphere and put it in the universe, they just kind of took its own path.
Absolutely, absolutely. Similar story, right? Had the opportunity to participate in the Bold event with Wyndham, with some other industry experts, conversations around, hotel lending, with hotel management companies. Myself, who serves as an advisor, Davonne, and a seasoned capital raiser. These are important conversations, and one of the predictions that I have is just to see the heightened engagement from the hotel brands is going to continue to increase. And more importantly, we're starting to see deals happen. So a lot of people are saying, well, hey, what's been going on and where's the progress? Where's the growth? It's happening. And these are multi-million dollar assets. This is elephant hunting. This is not the home ownership conversation where you show up with your employment letter and you get approved for a FHA loan with 3.5% down. Like, this is a very different animal. And one of the greatest things is seeing the brands get involved and not just sponsor organizations like NABHOOD that we just attended, but seeing them support things the Davonne Group is doing, things that the Investor Academy is going to be doing, and getting really into that grassroots effort. So my prediction is that the brands are going to have to continue to do that. They're going to have to continue to support. Why? Because it's sometimes it's not always access to capital. Is the drum that I beat is that it's really access to information. So what I do, what Davonne does, other people that are like-minded, what we do is we share the information. The one thing that I thought was super dope that happened while we were there, and some people may have missed this unless you're on social media. I don't think there was a big announcement, and I mean, this could have been a whole party unto itself. But the fact that Vestor, which Davonne is a founder of, in the technology space and the crowdfunding space, one, had a successful capital raise for a hotel, not just a hotel, a full service hotel, not just a full service hotel, full service hotel conversion, not just a full service hotel conversion, but it will be the first bold deal open by Wyndham. right? The first bold deal done. So a lot of people they papered up development contracts, which is dope. I mean, that takes a little bit of time to get in traffic. If you talk to us, we always talk about speed to market and acquisitions and being that path. And Duke Ventures, which is Dr. Mina and our partner Norland, successfully closed on a hotel while we were at NABHOOD. And that's her second as a general partner, and probably what, her fourth, fifth, or probably
Her fourth, yeah, yeah.
her fourth.
It was her and AJA Investments.
Yes, yes,
AJA
thank you.
Investments for the deal. No, thank you for highlighting that, Omari. Because and we'll have to have them on our next episode so they can talk about the deal. But with that deal, I'm so grateful that Vesta was a part of it. But the general partnership was Black. The entire general partnership was Black. 97% of the investors were Black. The management company will be managed by Synergy Hospitality, Black owned. The broker who helped found the deal was a Black female. And the investor, which is a Black owned and woman owned crowdfunding platform, which helped with the capital raise. And as you mentioned, they're part of the BOLD program. So it was it literally closed on that Thursday during NABHOOD. And so I was glad to be a part of it and glad to be there. And again, we'll have to have them on the next episode. And Omar, you mentioned about the brands, and their initiatives. Also, I'm a proud franchisee of Hilton, and they have their Unlocking the Doors initiative, right? And so just coming out from those conversations of, we talked about, the lack of knowledge or the lack of capital. And so coming with those, the brands come with their different initiatives. I had the chance to, I'm a franchisee of IHG as well, and met with IHG representative, and they were talking about the Lift program, right? So as you mentioned, the brands are really seeing the power. They're seeing an opportunity to work with minorities and women, and coming with these different initiatives to help. Okay, and listening, like, okay, well, what do you all need? You need education, you need capital. Well, what can we do to give you that support? So that way you can build your portfolio, with the respective brands. So it was just a great conference to really, again, connect with the brands, see what they have going on, to see so many budding, hotel investors, and hotel owners, and folks who come to the conference to get the information that they need, and meet with the brands to get the deals done. So Omari, you've been going to NABHOOD for how long?
Oh, many moons have passed. It's probably been since probably about 2007. I only missed one, and that was the year when it was Zika, because we were pregnant at the time. But yeah, I've been going. I've been going since it was in Atlanta. A lot of people don't
Oh
know that
yeah,
the
yep.
conference used to be in Atlanta. So like that
Yep.
was
That's when I started volunteering. Yep, that's when I
yeah,
volunteered as
that
a
was my
student.
annual trip. And
Yep.
you touched on something too, Davonne, which is another prediction that I have, which is going to be collaboration over competition.
Mhm.
And everything that you shared about the profile of that deal, from Duke Ventures to the level of intentionality of engaging with other Black professionals and raising capital, to using a Black woman-owned crowdfunding platform, and down to the management company. And it's really, I love it, because there's this myth that folks aren't working together, and that B, that things aren't happening, and we're seeing more and more of that. What's been a great facilitator of that for a number of years, kind of going back to my other one, as a brand engagement, has been Choice. Formerly it was Emerging Markets Platform, now it's called SOAR. But the way that they help convene and collect people so that these things can facilitate. And Duke Ventures, I mean, the first hotel they acquired was a Choice brand. Choice has been there for a long time, helping to facilitate those introductions and getting people across the finish line. And when you look at what collaboration looks like, and a big piece of it has to do with having allyship. So big shout out to the folks there from AHOA that were there, Kashane and some other people.
Oh my
Nash,
goodness.
yes,
How
yes.
you let me forget my boy? Man, shout out. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just giving him a shout out to one of the best hotel lawyers that I've came across. He was so adamant and so determined to get the deal to the finish line. So yes, he was working hard during the conference. Like I'm seeing him on his laptop, on his phone. He was just doing what he had to do to get to get AJ Investments to the closing line. So yes, shout out to Kashan Patel for that.
Yeah, man. We need more. We need more of that. So we appreciate the allyships.
Yep.
So that's what I mean when I say collaboration. There's going to be more and more Black general partners collecting limited partners, working with the management companies. There's going to be more of that. So stay tuned. So folks are saying like, hey, what's happening is not happening that fast. These are really big assets. And it takes a while for you to get in traffic. And if you're
Yeah.
listening to this and you want to do it, the third prediction that I have that we're starting to see a lot more of, Davonne, myself, Chris, some other people that we work with, Damon, Tommy, they're just solid allies, and it's people willing to invest. And what does that investment look like? Not just invest in an asset, but invest in themselves. So these are again capital intensive assets. So people are reaching out to the brain trust. They're hiring us. They're engaging us. They're signing those retainers where a few years ago, people were kind of like, I don't know. Because again, if you're coming from another space where the fees are significantly lower, but again, the acquisition point is significantly lower. So now we got people that understand I'm dealing in multi-million-dollar assets like that.
Right.
That brain trust is going to look different, right? In order for
Right.
me to close that knowledge gap, it's going to require for me to invest in some professionals. So me as an acquisitions consultant, and working with a lot of these groups and helping them do the valuations and completing the valuations, and I help them get to understand the supply and demand in that specific market and other inventory constraints that may be applicable there, and also just helping folks navigate the deal. We're going to see a lot more of the capital getting engaged with the talent. And that's personally what I believe is the biggest gap. So access to capital is not really, it's an issue, but I think the biggest thing is just folks not having the right people in the right seats on their team. Because now that we have Vestor, access to capital, as long as the deal makes sense and you've done all your homework up front, you can help get other investors engaged. But if you don't
Right.
do that, and your underwriting is off, then there's not much that the investor can do, right?
Hey,
Because people have to believe in what they're investing in. So
there you go.
I love to hear Davonne working with folks at through Vestor Academy. I love to hear folks working with Damon, that type of stuff, and really seeking out the professionals, and again, paying people for their time. And what are you seeing in that space on the Vestor Academy side? Because I know that you all are looking at it through a very different lens, obviously with the crowdfunding platform.
Yeah, I mean, Investor Academy is just more the educational side. Is just more to get people to get the knowledge that's needed. As you said, it's a capital intensive, or hotels is a capital intensive asset class, and it's complex because of the different layers. As we all know, who's listening, it's a business sitting on real estate. So a lot of times we have
And
to
the franchise model.
in a franchise model, right? And so understanding how it works with the relationships with the brands, just the team players is just different, the analyzing. And so just getting that educational approach. I'm a connector. Anyone who knows me, I love to connect, to get the deal done. And so which led me to Vestor, because exactly what it is. It connects people, it connects LPs to GPs. So I definitely see, and I get this question a lot, with the lending market and what it looks like on the financing market. I think they're definitely going to be more creative and alternative ways to get access to capital, in which is a place and it's a need and it's a space for crowdfunding. So I think we're going to see more of that. And crowdfunding is basically digitizing or automating what so many people and so many families and so many communities have done. Right. So it's nothing new. What's going on? It's just a different approach and just adding some technology to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What I love to see is us, young people, people of color, specifically Black people, collecting themselves, and working together. So that's what we're moving towards. So just to recap, those three predictions in the crystal ball for this episode would be We're going to see brands getting more engaged. We're going to see folks paying for the talent, right? And hiring the advisors. And the third thing is we're going to see more and more collaboration over competition. So appreciate you all for tuning in to this episode. Again, it's Omari, founder of National Institute of Lodging Education, and Davonne Reaves of Vester Academy and the Vaughn
Davonne
Group.
Group and co-owner of 3 hotels across 2 different states. So yes, definitely a serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Omar, for being the hip hop hotel broker. He my go-to broker. Everybody like, dude, I mean, come on, we gotta keep it in family. So yes, and shout out to our listeners. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get access to it or be the first ones to know when our monthly podcast episodes drop. And we can't wait to see you next time. And actually, if you have feedback and suggestions and topics that you want to hear about, please let us know. Send us an email to info@nextgenlodging.com, or if you want to be a guest. So we would love to have you, and we would love to continuously bring content and information to you all about hotels.
Vaughn Group got some events coming up. Make sure you get on the mailing list.
There we go. All right. Thank you all so much. See you next time.
Take care. Peace.
Hi, I'm Isaac Colazo, Vice President of Analytics at STR.
Hi, and I'm Jan Freitag, National Director for Hospitality Analytics for the CoStar Group. Tune in to our new show, Tell Me More, a hospitality data podcast.
It's a podcast on the global hotel industry, its current trends, what we're thinking about, and where the industry's going.
And we like to have fun with the data too. Find us on hotelnewsnow.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe today.
This episode of Next Gen and Lodging was recorded in July of 2024 and edited by Rachel Dopp. Look for this and more at hotelnewsnow.com.